Hi, my name is Katarina and I'm the closing manager for the Market Bliss team. Today I'm here to talk about some frequently asked questions as well as our process. We're often asked, what do our ads look like? What is the information? How do I make an offer? And how is this different than buying from the MLS? So stay tuned and we will be reviewing all of those questions. So now that you're on our buyers list, you're going to start receiving some ads directly to your email. And I'm going to walk you through what those ads look like and what information you can find in them. So I'm going to share my screen and show you an ad that we previously had. So the ads will look like this. You'll see our logo, a picture of the front or back of the home, and then if necessary, there will also be a picture relating to a map or a waterfront view. If there's anything important or close, like a hospital or a school, we might also put a map in there as well. But most of the time you will receive just a picture of the front or back of the home. One thing to note as well is all pictures in our ads lead to the Dropbox, and the Dropbox contains pictures of the home as well as videos, and then also an MPAC. So if you click on this, you'll see all the pictures of the home. There will also always be a video walkthrough, and then there will also be an MPAC, just the information that we have under property features with the square footage, lot size, bedrooms, bathrooms, year the home was built. All that information will be in the MPAC as well as the ad. So any pictures in the ad are clickable links to lead to the Dropbox. Below that, you'll have the title and some information regarding the property. So anything in between the two exclamation marks is something that we feel is important, whether it's a quick close or less than 200K or 100K or things like that will be between those exclamation marks. It's not in every ad, but when it is there, it's normally something that we want to show is important. Below that, you'll have the actual title for the property. It'll always say what kind of home it is and then what we think you should do with it and where it is. So detached bungalow, flip or rental in Belleville, it's a bungalow. We believe you can flip or rent it for the best use, highest and best use, and then the city that it's in. These aren't obviously the only options for the property, but it is sometimes what we feel is best. Sometimes we'll put duplex opportunity in there or whatever else we can feel you can do with the property. Below that, you'll have the under market value. The way that we find this is through comparables. We reach what we believe our value of the property is. And then from that, how much undervalue it is based on what we are going to assign it for. So that is the under market value part. Below, you will see comps. So you'll see how we got to that number and you'll be able to run comps as well. Underneath that, we have the intersection. So we don't share the direct address with the entire list, but what you can do is you can reach out and just say, hi, I'm interested in this property. I'd like to know the address, and we will respond to you sharing the address with you. It's just not something we want to have going on the internet with someone's personal address for privacy purposes. But if you click on it, it will also take you to the actual neighborhood. It's normally the closest intersection to the actual address. So it's always very near to where the property is and you can see where it's around. So when you're looking at comparables, you don't always need the exact address. Under that is the price, the best offer date, and again, the map link. So the wholesale price includes the assignment fee. If you haven't worked with a wholesaler before, the assignment fee or wholesale fee, as some people call it, might not be something you're familiar with. It is just the difference between what we got a property under contract for and what we're planning to assign it for. So for example, in this case, we're planning to assign the property for $185. That's what we're looking for. And we may have gotten the property, for example, $150,000. In that case, our assignment fee would be $35,000. So it's the difference between the purchase price of $150 and the assignment price of $185 is that $35, and that would be our fee. Another thing to note is that fee cannot be financed by an A lender as it's not considered the price of the home as it's not in the original APS. You can get it covered sometimes by a B lender or a private lender, and we do actually share a lending option below. So that is one thing to note, that the assignment fee will be separate of your mortgage on the property. Under that, you'll have the best offer date. The best offer date is normally the same as the walkthrough date, and it's the date that you're expected to have your offer ready. They are quite fast. For example, if a property ad goes out on Monday, the walkthrough and the offer date are by Thursday. So I do tend to let buyers know that your financing and any other questions that you have should be sorted out before the walkthrough, as conditional offers are not always accepted. Below that, you'll have the map option. Again, it'll take you right to where this link takes you. And then below that, you'll have a blurb about the property, whether it's mentioning that it's on a ravine or close to schools or just some important facts and a little explanation about the property. Again, mentioning that we're selling our assignable purchase contract. And then you'll have the very important closing date. Below the closing date, if you ever see a little blurb that's italicized like this, it means it's an added clause in the APS. So all of our APSs have a couple clauses that are standard and you will always be in an APS. And once in a while, a seller will ask us if they can leave some things behind in the property, or if they can have the ability to extend or shorten the closing date, or if the buyer could cover their legal fees, or if the furnace needs to be paid out before closing, or things like that will sometimes come up. And whenever extra clauses like that are added to the APS, we will always mention them before the closing date. So when you see this blurb italicized under the closing date, please make sure to read it, as it is all extra clauses that you need to know before signing the contract. Of course, you'll see them in the APS as well, but it's great to know ahead of time, and that's why we share them. Below that is the property features. The property features are mainly what's in the MPAC, so bedrooms, bathrooms, age, square footage, anything like that, but it's also everything else we know about the house. So sometimes it'll be when the windows were replaced, when the roof was replaced, if it's well and septic, all information regarding well and septic, regarding when it was last pumped, how deep the well is, all that kind of information will be shared. So a really important thing to note is I promise all information we have is in the ad. So if you ever feel like, I feel like some things are missing and they're not in the ad, I may not have that information right now, but you can reach out and ask, and I can reach out to the seller. But please note, all information that we do have is in the ad. So after you've read through the ad thoroughly, you will know everything we know about the property. Below the property features is property needs. Here we'll mention what we believe needs to be done on the property, whether it's fixing soffits, fixing a foundation, whether it's just cosmetic updating, or whatever needs to be done will be mentioned in the property needs. And again, another link to the Dropbox. Now we move on into the comparables. So you will always receive what we believe the property is worth, as well as comparables. ARV isn't something we commonly put in our ads, but you will sometimes see it there if we feel there's a strong showing of ARV comparables. But normally we leave it as not everyone's ARVs are going to be the same, whether you're doing minor renovation and sending it out as a quick flip, or you're planning to completely redo the interior as a luxury, you're of course going to end up with different ARVs. So we now kind of leave that up to the buyer depending on what they'd like to do. Below that, you'll have the actual comparables. You'll always have a minimum of 2 comparables, but we do like to put more if it's in the area. Each comparable has a clickable address that will take you to the house Sigma listing, so you can take a look at the pictures and all the specs as well, so you can compare for yourself. And then you will see a little blurb where we explain why we believe this property is comparable and what's comparable, whether it's a little better or a little worse, or anything we believe is notable to show why it's comparable. So in this section, you will see what we see and why we believe it's worth this price. Again, mentioning when it's happening and the clauses that are extra, if there are any. Who do you contact? Myself. You can also just hit reply to the email and type an email, and it will go to myself as well as my colleague Madison, and we'll get back to you through email as well if that's easier. Below, as I mentioned earlier, we have the explanation for Calvert Home Mortgages, who's a partner of ours, who are great to work with. So if you have questions about financing or need a lender, they are a great contact to call, and you can reach out to them. Below that, how do I do it? So this little section will actually take you back to this video specifically. So you're clearly watching this video once, but if you ever want to refresh your memory, or if you've been sent this video from a friend and you want to watch again, this link here, will take you to this video specifically. Underneath, you'll have why, so notes again on why we believe it's a really good purchase. And then right underneath that, you'll also have click here to see all available properties. So this link will actually take you to our site where you can see all available properties. Anything with assigned in the corner means it's already been assigned and no longer available. But if you hit status and available, it will show you all properties that were currently available. If you do want to look back at some previous properties, you just hit unavailable. And these are all properties that have already been assigned, and there's quite a few pages. So there's a lot of properties to look through and see what kind of properties we've had throughout the years. Underneath that is another link. So if you've been sent this ad by a friend or a realtor or another investor that you know, and you're not already on your list, feel free to click this link. and it will take you to our sign up page. And after that, you will also start receiving these ads directly to your email. So now that you've seen what one of our ads look like, you're ready to start looking for your next property, and all it takes is a call or an email. So hopefully we'll be talking to you soon. Once you receive an ad for a property you like, the next step will be to reach out. You'll email or call and state your interest, at which point myself, Olivia, or Madison will send you the address, time, and date of the walkthrough. Please note it's a one-time walkthrough, which will normally occur Monday to Friday between 9 and 6 p.m. The offer time is normally the evening of the walkthrough. The day before the walkthrough, you'll receive a walkthrough confirmation, and after the walkthrough, you will receive an offer reminder email. To make an offer, you'll just reply to the offer reminder email with the number that you're offering. If accepted, you'll receive a call from me, at which point we'll discuss the details necessary to move forward with the contract. So what happens if you're the winning offer? We do highest and best offers, so top offer is always the highest number. If accepted, you'll receive an assignment agreement from me. The assignment agreement will also have the original APS attached, as this assignment agreement allows me to sell that original contract to you. Once signed, you'll receive an email from our closing concierge team, and it will inform you on how to make the deposit to our lawyer in trust. You'll have 2 business days to make the deposit, and the deposit ranges from $20,000 to $50,000 depending on the size of the assignment fee. Once that deposit is in, all the contracts go to the lawyers, and everything from there is like a regular MLS closing held by the lawyers. A question that's asked often is, why not just buy from the MLS? Why purchase from a wholesaler? Our job as a wholesaler is to provide a service for an investor. Our goal is to get a property enough under market value so that when we assign it to the investor, they can make a significant profit. For example, if we know a property is worth around $600,000, we'll try and get that property under contract for around $500,000. At that point, we could assign it to the investor for $530,000. That $30,000 assignment fee will be ours, and that leaves enough room for the investor to make a flip or a rental, resell it on the MLS, whatever they decide, and still make a significant profit. So our job really is to provide a service for the investor to make money. Another question that we get often is, what is the assignment fee and how does financing work? The assignment fee is the difference between what we get the property under contract for and what we sell it for. For example, if we get a property for $300,000 and we assign it to the investor for $350,000, that $50,000 difference is the assignment fee. It's not a set number or set percentage. It's really just the difference between what we buy and what we sell the property for. Something to note though is lenders will not finance the assignment fee. It's considered almost like a finder's fee, so it's not considered a value of the home. Most people tend to work with private lenders or buy cash, and we do have a private lender listed in all of our ads as well. Another question that we get often is, what do these properties actually sell for? All of us lately especially are very used to properties going significantly over asking on the MLS. Our goal is to get rid of that. The price that we have on the ad is what we would like to get for the property. They normally sell for around that price, either $10,000 below, $10,000 above. If there is ever a significant amount of interest where we see that it'll be significantly over our asking price, we will inform you, and we normally hold something called soft offers. This is a day before the walkthrough. You'll receive an email stating that there's a lot of interest. We unfortunately can't bring all the investors to the property as we do have a maximum of 4 allowed. And so we will hold soft offers. These soft offers are base offers based on the media provided. So we're not expecting your offer to be exactly there after the walkthrough, but we do expect your number to land somewhere around there as we provide pictures and videos of the property. So what will happen is the day before, we will hold soft offers, and the top 4 offers will go to the property. If you don't get a soft offer email, most likely the property will go right around the asking price. Hopefully this video answered all your questions, and I hope to be hearing from you very soon.